Hey gang, experimenting around with proximity of the phone to the amp and such, and I think I got some interesting results. And I'll take this opportunity to go through one of my riffs and sort of focus on the left hand a little better, so you can maybe see what I'm doing. Got my P bass with the flat wounds on it, and I'm going through an old PV KB15. And I will point out that to those of you who aren't hip, a P bass through a 15 sounds way different than a P bass through 10s. And when I have a little more of a sophisticated setup here, maybe we can A-B that and show you. I mean, it's kind of the same difference with a P bass with flats and a P bass with rounds or steels or however. There's a lot of nuance to the P bass, and you can achieve a lot of different sounds. But it's still, to me, the most simple iteration of the instrument, and I've always felt like you should operate, if you can't operate with the most simple iteration of the instrument, then it doesn't matter how fancy you get, you still won't have substance to what you're doing. So with that in mind, I try to stay as close to the substance of the tone as I can. Listening to upright guys is probably responsible for a lot of that, which I've done over the years. This guy right here, if you're not hip, check him out. Oscar Pettiford. Classic. Anyway, so gonna go through this riff here. It's kind of my take on a school days type riff. You know, everybody wants to do their version of their favorite guys' riffs and stuff. So, at any rate, just mainly using fifths. Can play with a lot of different feels, depends on who I got with me on a given evening. You know, if a guy swings a little more, I'll lean into that. You know, whatever's cooking at the moment. And the thing is, I'm playing it a little different right now because there's no drums, and specifically, the bass sounds a certain way today. It doesn't always sound the same every day. There's always little variations in tone that maybe make you think of playing the riff a different way than you perhaps had before. You know, so don't be afraid to go with that, particularly if you're not married to structure. There's no reason to not explore different variations. Anyway.